Hey guys, this is your girl Mary. As you guys know, this is going to be my first YouTube video, and I'm going to be talking about anxiety, depression, and fitness. Where my fitness industry in the journey, everything went downhill. As many of you guys know or know me through Instagram or on a personal level. I started working out in 2013. And I was doing really good. I was working out, and last year my life made a complete U-turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what happened, because I know a lot of people wonder, like, what happened to her? Why is she not working out anymore? Why is she, just drinking and doing her own thing? I do get people that are kind of mean, and they're like, hey, you did gain a lot of weight, like, what's going on? Like, you need to get back on it. And I do get the positive people that are like, we want to see you out there again. So today I'm going to talk about what happened, the reality of fitness, and what you guys could do to prevent something like this from happening to anybody out there that's actually trying to work out or try to get healthier in a safest way possible. So what happened last year, I'm a little nervous and I have a little bit of anxiety right now. It's horrible. I've been drinking this juice and it gives me anxiety, but it's really good for you. So anyways, let's go back to what I was saying. So last year, as many of you guys know, I was trying to compete, do a bikini competition. I started trying in 2014. I want to do figure, because my upper body is thicker and I'm not like a little scrawny girl. I've always been bigger from the top. My legs have been big, everything's just, I've been a very thick girl. I'm a big bone girl. That's my excuse. And so I tried to do figure, and at the time I had a really good coach, and I had to stop because my ex-boyfriend at the time didn't want me to compete, because he thought it was very unprofessional and very disrespectful for both of us for me to be out there in a bikini. Anyways, to that, we broke up, and at the time I was, with Herbalife. As you guys know, a lot of you guys know that I was in Herbalife, and I had to walk away from that because my heart wasn't there anymore. I wanted to do something different. I don't want to be on my own. I didn't like to be told what to do, and other problems in between the lines. I just don't like pressure, and Herbalife is supposed to be your own business, but people still tell you what to do, and I didn't like that at all. I met wonderful people who helped me so much when I was going through really, really tough times, especially with my son, which I'm not going to talk about that today. I'll talk about that some other time, and in another video, and tell you guys what happened with that. But I met wonderful people who gave me fire. I made amazing friends. I had an amazing family. And after going on my own, I started getting more into depth with the real fitness, the real, meaning real bodybuilders, like people that actually, go above and beyond to be where they want to be in life as far as fitness. So I went ahead and 2016 training for a bikini competition for June or July, I think it was. So I started training early 2016. And everything was going good. It's just my body's very stubborn when it comes to losing weight, and I usually have to at least work out 2 times a day to drop a couple pounds, even a pound. It's just, I have to starve myself. So it's very unhealthy. So at the time I was doing my fasted cardio, and I was doing fasted cardio boxing, and my weight training at night with my cardio alone. So I was just getting very, very frustrated with where everything was going, because my body wasn't shredding as fast as I wanted to. All I kept seeing is like all these Instagram girls like being in a bikini and like in a competition, girl, competition. I don't even think that's a word. But anyways, my jam right now. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I can't concentrate. I can't do 10 things at once. One thing at once. You see what 10 million things at once. That's why it's so hard for me to study. Anyways, So back to that. So I made the stupidest decision I could ever make in my entire life. This is Mary, stubborn little Mary. And I started taking estrogen blockers. It's very popular. It's very known in the bodybuilding industry to take steroids or take any type of supplement to make you look bomb on stage. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be an amateur. I want to go balls out. I want to look bomb on my first fucking competition. And so I went ahead and took estrogen blockers and I was looking good. I was leaning out and I was like, Mary's not happy. So Mary wants to push it more. You know, my coach kept telling me like, it's very unhealthy for you to drop weight so fast. So I was like, it's my body. I want to do whatever I want with it. So I went ahead and took Clen is a steroid. It's a pill that you take and you mix it with aspirin. You take it in the morning, you drink that, you have that, whatever. You go do your fasted cardio. You don't even need to run, and you're already shredding. Like you're sweating, you're shredding. So I took that the first day, and I was like, is this normal? I couldn't talk. My heart rate was like up the roof, and it was normal. I took it again the next day. And I took the same dose, which is half a tablet or whatever milligram it was. And I remember saying like, this is not normal. I can't even fucking talk. I was laying in bed and I would be shaking. I'm like, they're like, no, this is it's gonna go through. Stop being a little bitch. I'm like, no. And that same day I got into a fight with somebody. So you could imagine my nerves were off the roof. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do nothing. Like I was just literally in bed shaking. I couldn't sleep. Pretty much like, I don't know, on one, I guess. You're just beyond on one from here to I don't know where. So I ended up going to the hospital and my heart rate was like about at a 180 something at a resting rate. And the doctor was like, what did you take? And I'm like, I took a fat burner. I was so scared to say what I took. I was like, I took a fat burner. I don't know what name. You know, they give it to me at the gym. So he gave me anti-anxiety medication. Starts with the L. I don't remember. And it calmed me down, but not to the point where I was not like normal. And after that, I just started getting heart pains. Like it was like heart attacks. It was just like back to back. And I kept going to the ER. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. My heart is hurting. Like I'm gonna die of a heart attack. I need medication, something. They're like, it's anxiety. It's anxiety. I never knew what anxiety had felt like. It was my first time going through anxiety. It was my first time my body had felt that way. So I was like, okay, anxiety. And they couldn't figure out, the ER couldn't figure out. I went to the ER, like 3 different hospitals. I went to one here in Orange County. I went to 2 in Orange County, different ones. And then I went to one in LA. I'm like, you know what, the doctors maybe out there know what's up. So I started asking for a cardiologist. I was like, I need to see a doctor that knows about the heart because I know I am having a heart attack. I looked up the symptoms online and sharp pain, not being able to breathe, the pain on your neck, on your left side, on your right side. It was just insane. And I had to actually stop going to work. I couldn't work no more because, of course, as many of you guys know, I worked at an emergency hospital. And right there, you're so busy. Your adrenaline is like rushing because you're running emergencies in and out. You have patients, you have responsibilities. And why do I need something like that when my heart rate's at 180 something? So I ended up going to a doctor and he pulled me out of work. And he pulled me out of work for maybe half a year. And he was trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And unfortunately, I didn't get a good doctor. I didn't get a doctor that went over with me about the medications and side effects that he was going to put me on. So he was asking me what happened, and I told him I had, tried a steroid, which is only 2 days that I had tried it, and he got me on Xanax. He was trying to get me on antidepressants, Xanax, and all this stuff because he said I was having really bad anxiety and depression, which to me was new. I never knew what anxiety felt like. I never knew what depression felt like, even though I've been through very, very hard times in my life. I'm sure everybody has, but I've always been that type of person just to cover everything up. If something happens, I just want to not talk about it and just ignore it and move the fuck on. But I guess what I did with the story pretty much took that band-aid off and boom, I got slammed with everything that I had been going on, that had been going on in my life and that had gone through in the past. So he got me on Xanax, and I was like, oh my God, he saved my life. I was like, because Xanax literally had me on a calm mode. Like, I was able to sleep because I hadn't been able to sleep because my body wasn't like on one. So he got me on Xanax without telling me that Xanax was very addicting. And he had me take it 3 times a day and as needed, so to help me sleep. So I started taking it, and the dose started to be nothing to my body. So I was taking it literally maybe 6 times a day. Like 6 times I'll wake up at night and take it, blah, 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 blah. And then I went back and I was like, I feel emotional. I feel like a little bitch. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, this is not me. And he's like, you're depressed. I'm like, depressed about what though? So he told me, tell me a little bit about your past. And, I told him, I've gone through this. I lost my sister 10 years ago. I lost my best friend 10 years ago. And I don't know, like, what else? Like, shit that I've gone through in the, when I was little. And he's like, that's what it is. Like, have you ever talked to anybody about your problems? And I'm like, no, I never talked to anybody. I don't need to talk to anybody. Like, I could do me. Like, I'm a big girl. I know how to handle the problems. I know how to deal with my emotions. And he was like, okay, whatever. So he tried to get me on antidepressants. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. Maybe it'll help me sleep because I wasn't sleeping. And that was the worst idea of my life. I took the antidepressant that morning and I sat down. I remember exactly. I sat down on the couch and all I could hear is voices, like people talking, like in the background. And I'm like, whoa, like, what homie is that? Because I don't know who, I don't recognize that voice. So I called the doctor and I was like, you need to like tell me what to do right now because I am hearing voices with the medication that you just gave me. And he's like, okay, you need to calm down. Who are you with? Do you feel like hurting yourself? Do you feel like hurting others? And I'm like, no, I just hear these voices. And apparently medication, I guess antidepressants have that side effect where you hear voices, you do stupid shit to yourself, you do stupid shit to other people. So he's like, take a Xanny and go straight to bed. When you wake up, you're gonna feel better. So that's what I did. I took a Xanax and I woke up and I was back to normal. But as the months went by, me on Xanax, I started giving less fucks about my life. I was just too worried about taking a Xanny and feeling better and going back to work. Because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to go back to work because at the time, I had stopped working out. I had stopped working. I stopped caring about anything. I stopped everything. So my life literally kind of like closed, and it was like an impact on me. And I remember I was like, you know what? My son told me, he's like, lately you just been so mean. And to me, that was an eye-opener because I'm not that mean to him. Like I lo regaño and I tell him like, hey, this is not good. This is not right. Do from right to wrong, like every parent should. And that was an eye-opener. And then I started to realize I was losing my memory. I didn't know anybody's name at work, anything. So I stopped taking Xanax on my own without knowing that you could withdraw. I never knew what a withdrawal felt like. And I had a seizure at home. And I remember 2 days later, I went to my doctor and I was like, I had a seizure and I feel shitty as hell. And I feel like I have a fever. And they checked my temperature and it was 105. And he's like, he started yelling at me like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to let me know. You cannot just stop Xanax like that. Like you need a detox if you want to stop Xanax. And I'm like, what? Well, detox, what is detox? He's like, you need to go to rehab. And I just looked at him and I'm like, rehab for Xanax? And he's like, yes, because your body automatically your brain shuts down and Xanax pretty much does all the work. So you become very dependent on it. So I was like, well, I need to fucking stop this. I am losing my memory. I'm very heartless. I don't have emotions. Like, I just don't care. And not only that, but the Xanny was giving me baby heart attacks. Like, it was just shooting them up. Like, I will feel my blood pressure just sink to the ground, and I'll be driving and I'll feel the heart attack. Like, I'll feel it and I'll be like, Like, I just like, okay, breathe, just focus, and thank God I'm mentally strong. If I wasn't mentally strong, I would say I wouldn't be here. I am so mentally strong. The doctors even told me, my psychiatrist, my psychologist told me when I was seeing them, that I was very, very strong mentally, because other people would have just gave in to the demons that all these medications cause you, and everything that you hear when you're on medications, it's part of the devil, you know. And at that time I didn't believe in God, because I'm like, you know what, if God does exist, why did he take my sister? Why did he take my friend? So anyways, I ended up going to rehab. I admitted myself in, and of course, you know what every addict does before they go into rehab, they load. And I didn't know that was one of the habits. And I remember I loaded before I went into rehab, and I took Xanny. They get you naked, they check you, they check every single part of you just to make sure you don't have any type of medications in there. And I remember sitting there in the big building, because you're supposed to live there. I'm sitting in the building and I'm crying, my eyeballs all scared. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And this guy, I met this really young guy who was in his 20s. He was 27, I think it was, but he looked like he was 42, and he was there for alcoholism. And he just comes over and he hugs me. He's like, it's gonna be okay. Me and you are gonna pull through. This is a bum that lives in Bell Gardens, and I hope I met him. He caught my heart, and I hope that he's okay, because he did leave rehab in between our treatment, and it was very scary. It was really sad to see somebody just kind of give up. We caught him once trying to jump out the window. It's really sad. And one time he did try to quit, and it was a bunch of guys in there, and it was probably the only girl there. And I remember one of the guys comes and he knocks on my window, on my door. Once I go in there, you know, everybody's chill, everybody's happy, everybody's cool as fuck. I made friends like crazy. The first thing they do is they load you up with drugs. So I remember the doctor gave me phenobarbital to stop seizuring and anti-anxiety and all this medication. So I remember the first day that we were there, we were cool. The second day is when he tried to jump out the window. When we go in, they knock on my door. They're like, hey, your homie over there, he's trying to leave. So you're so drugged up, you don't even know what you're saying. I don't know what I did to convince him to stay, to finish his program. So everybody hugged him, you know, and I just kept hugging him. This is a guy that's very dirty and smells like shit. But at the time, you're there with people who are going through the same thing you are, and who understand you and feel the pain in your body as you're trying to release these toxins. And I didn't care. I've always been like that. Like, as long as somebody else is happy, like, I'll put my happiness behind. But I'll talk about how I changed that recently. So it was very intense. There was no water for us to drink. We had to drink out of faucet. It was pretty much like jail. You would eat your peanut butter and jellies and cookies and crackers, and the doctors are drugging you, pretty much drugging you with medications that you could get addicted to. So they would give me about 30 pills a day. And day 1, day 2, I was okay. Day 3, I start feeling like fuck, like I need something. Day 4, boom, withdrawal hits me. I'm crawling out of my room, like crawling, and I'm crying. I'm on the door crying on the floor, and I'm just like crying and screaming for a doctor. And one of the guys there, I call him my homie, because they took care of me really good in there. They always made sure I was cool and I was straight no matter what. It was like a OG veterano, you know. And he literally carried me all the way from my room to the hallway where the nurses were at, because I couldn't walk, and I felt like my soul was leaving my body. And I just kept telling them, like, I need to call my mom, like I just need to say bye to her. I never thought I was gonna see my family ever again. So the nurses were like, no, you're not allowed to make any calls. And all I could think of was my son, my dog, Gordine, please, that's no longer here. That's all I could think of. And I remember I was just sitting there and I was like, I want my medication. I want my medication. And they were like, no, you still have 4 hours. So they sat me down on a chair and the guys were like, Mary, you got this. Like, you got this. Like, we're gonna sit here with you. We're gonna hold you down. And they were just holding my hands, and I remember I was just crying, like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die in here, and I'm gonna die alone. And after that, I wasn't sleeping. Like, they were giving me trazodone, which is a sedative. They were giving me Benadryl, Tylenol, this anti-anxiety medication, and phenobarbital. They were giving me that to put me to sleep, and nothing was putting me to sleep. So I was that creepy girl at 3 a.m. walking up and down the hall trying to figure out what the fuck to do with my life, because there's nothing in there that you could do. You can't watch TV. It's pretty much a jail. They wake you up at 5 a.m. and you have your lunch, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and you're not allowed to go outside. So your brain is literally reacting to all these medications, and you can't go outside. So you can't, when you get out of that place, your brain doesn't know what light is, so it reacts really weird to your eyes. And I remember too, in order for you to eat outside, you have to gain it. You have to go to classes and get credit, and you know, the teacher will walk you outside, and it was like heaven for us, because I remember that first time that I walked outside, they had Jello, and I was so excited. I was so happy. He took us for a walk on a trail, and I remember being really happy, like, this is the sun, you know, but you're still so high on drugs that that's your life, and you're settling for it right there and then. And I remember that's when I started believing in God, because on a Saturday we had Bible study. And I don't know, but for some reason, I'm not trying to like point anything or say anything like that it's gonna get anybody offended, but a lot of the gangsters in there were Christians, so I noticed a lot of veteranos and people like that are Christians, and they were talking about the 10 Commandments, and I was just laying there like, here we go, this is bullshit. Because in the office they had a prayer, and it was the Green Reaper, and it was a prayer saying like, this is a disease and I'm always going to be there with you. And that was the prayer for the rehab place. So they pretty much tell you this is a disease, it's always going to live with you, and you're always going to come back to whatever you were addicted to. So that started plugging into my head, like, what about if I come back? You know, what about if I relapse? So I'm like, no, but this is not. I kept telling them, I'm not here because I made this choice. This is by doctor. So we had the 10 Commandments, and whatever the case is, I didn't know any. I was like, do not sin. And everybody was just like saying it. And I remember that day I was like, fuck, like Jesus, like, are you real? Like, God, like, do you exist? Because I never believed in you. And I remember saying that night, one of the guys that I made became very, very close to there. Till this day we stay in contact, and he's sober as well, thank God. But he told me, he's like, look at me, look at you. He's like, look at us. We do not belong here. Let's leave. It was on a Sunday. Let's leave. And I was like, no, let's just finish the program and then we can fucking bounce. Like, he's like, no, dude, me and you do not belong here. Like, look at everybody else. Like, we're cool. Like, we were pretty much like the normal ones there. Although we were withdrawing and crawling on the floor and not eating and all this shit. So that night, I remember I went to bed and I thought about everything he was telling me. It was like a guardian angel. He was telling me all this stuff. So I was in bed laying because I wasn't sleeping. And I remember I prayed that night. And I said, God, if you are real, give me the strength to pull through. On Sunday morning, I woke up sober. Nothing had ever happened in my life. Like, I was just sleeping over. Normal. I had never taken Xanax. I had never taken any type of medication the doctors there gave me, because I kept telling them, like, my heart felt like it was pressuring and it was gonna pop. And I was like, I need like aspirin. So that Sunday, checked out. I'm like, I am leaving, peace out. And they're like, okay, you need to sign paperwork saying that we are not responsible if you die at home. And I literally told the lady, I was like, that's fine, I'll sign the paperwork. I'd rather die with my family than here with strangers, because they had told me about this one girl that went in there and she didn't make it out. So that scared the shit out of me. So I left and I started withdrawing at home. I want to say the next day. I withdrawed for about 2 months, and that's when depression hit me for the first time in my life. While I was going through that, withdrawals are scary, very scary, because your mind is telling you you're nothing, you're a piece of shit, why are you here, why are you alive? You start feeling so little, and I am so blessed to have my mom, because if it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what stupid shit I would have done, but this little voice in the back of my head was telling me I was worthless. And so I started seeing a psychiatrist, not psychiatrist, psychologist. She's like, talk about your problems, what's going on. She knows, she was like, mad props for leaving that place, because if you would have stayed there, it would have affected you in the long run. Because I met her prior to checking in. And depression, I don't even know how to explain depression. And I don't think anybody understood what I was going through. People were probably thinking I'm crazy. I literally, okay, so I was going through depression, right? When I was withdrawing. And during that time, I go ahead and lose my sister's really close friend. And I lost her the same way I lost my sister. So, boom. Life was like, toma pendeja, a ver si tienes huevos como dices. Because Jesus Christ, when I lost my sister, till this day it hurts me, but I'm the type of person, like I said in the beginning, I like to cover stuff up. But when this happened with my friend, my homegirl, and my sister homegirl, I didn't know how to react to it. So all I did was drink, smoke, drink. I had a corner in my room, let me tell you, of everybody that has passed away, and I would just sit in front of it and cry. And I remember saying, like, this is I don't need to be here no more. Like, I just want to be with my sister. I just want to be with everybody else. And that's when depression started hitting another route, where it was like, oh, you're nothing, you're not working, you know, you're at home, you're sick, you have a disease. I couldn't see, I couldn't color, I couldn't talk, I couldn't communicate, I couldn't do shit. My doctor had to teach me how to color, how to concentrate. Literally 10 years of experience in veterinary field went down the drain, because when I went back to work, I knew nothing. So I started looking for a bunch of remedies of what I could take to help me withdraw, along with the depression. And because the doctors were just trying to push pills on me, and I was like, fuck no, like there has to be another way out. And I did. I found some natural remedy drops that helped me with my withdrawal because my eyes were moving like this at all times when I would sleep. And I didn't sleep. I actually didn't sleep. So they would just go like this when I would close my eyes. And so I went to sleep for the first time after withdrawal, because I didn't sleep for like 3 weeks. I didn't sleep for not 1 hour. I had one of my good friends, and I love her to death. She took me to church. After that day, she gave me like a verse on the Bible to go ahead and read, to help me, you know, clear my fucking energy that was going on. And I did sleep for the first time after that. So I was like, you know what, God does exist. He helped me leave that place. He helped me sleep. He's giving me strength to keep moving, keep pushing, because I have a kid. I couldn't even take care of my own kid. I had his dad help me so much when I couldn't take care of him. I just wanted to cry. I just didn't want to be here no more. That was the easy part of depression. And that's why when people are depressed, it hurts me, because I know what it feels like. And even though I was going through my depression, I was still trying to be there for people that were depressed and going through problems, without them knowing what exactly I was going through. And that was just adding on more emotional stress to myself. So I pulled through. Anxiety got better. The only thing that was changing was that they were trying to figure out what was wrong with my heart, you know, because my heart's fucked up. Like, I cannot eat chocolate. I can't eat certain foods, because I start to get like arrhythmias. That's when your heart kind of loses its control of how it beats. I can't have coffee. I can't have pre-workout. I can't have nothing with sugar. Even alcohol sometimes gets me all wacko. So I went back to work, you know, and everybody was very understanding. And sometimes I had to go attached to monitors. So I ended up quitting my job. Before I quit my job, I I had set up how I was gonna start my own business. I had everything set up for myself in life, saved up some money to, you know, to leave. After I quit my job, I had a little break, and little did I know that pause, which is a second phase of withdrawals, hits you a year after, a couple months after, and that's the last, supposedly that's the last stage of it. But so January came, February came, March came, May came. Everything was cool, you know, happy, whoopie woo. I quit my job. I'm gonna be my own boss. It's what I've always wanted, to be a personal trainer, nutrition coach, you know. In May exactly, on Mother's Day. For those who know, Mother's Day is a fucked up day for me, but Mother's Day came, and I got into a really bad car accident. I lost my car because I was being irresponsible. I didn't have my insurance, my license. I lost my car. I was losing one of my dogs that I had just pulled out of the shelter. So guess what happens to this little girl? I get hit with withdrawals again. This time was 10 times worse than this time. Demons were up in here talking to me. I remember going out one night and everything was chill. I was smoking to go to sleep, taking melatonin. One day at 3:30 in the morning, no, it was 1 in the morning. 1 in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why am I feeling this way? So I go and I start eating something. Maybe I'm like, my sugar's dropped, you know, my sugar levels have dropped. So I go ahead and fucking start eating. I take a hit on my little pipe. I go to sleep, wake up, and boom, I'm like literally like this, like this. And my mom's like, I got up and I opened the door to the restroom, and I walk and I'm just like holding on. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this feels like the withdrawals, like exactly how the withdrawals felt, like, but without medication. So I'm wearing a sweater, I'm wearing a shirt, jump in the shower, poof, cold water, everything, just with my clothes on. And I'm like, oh my god, like I couldn't think. My mind is racing at that time. It's like so many thoughts at once, and all I could think of is like hurting. That's all I could think. Hurt whoever, hurt, you know, hurt yourself, hurt people. And I go and I knock on my mom's door and I'm like, Mom, and she's like, ¿Qué pasó? And I'm like, Mom, no sé. She's like, ¿Qué tienes? Because she saw that I couldn't talk and I was shaking. Mom, it's happening again. She's like, ¿Qué? So she gave me an anti-anxiety medication. She's like, ¿Qué tienes? I'm like, Mom, I just don't know. Like, and I started crying. I'm like, Mom, I don't know. Like, it's happening again. Like, I'm hearing voices. Like, voices are in my head again. Like, this is different. I've never felt this way. Like, I want to hurt people. I want to hurt myself. And she was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" So she gave me a sleeping pill. She stood up with me all night. God bless that lady. She stood up with me all night, and the next day, withdrawals hit me. Fuck and shit. Every day I was crying. How I didn't want to live anymore. How I was a bad person, and how I wasn't loved enough. I just wanted to be with my sister. How I wasn't working, I had lost my car, I had lost my dog. Like, it was just everything at once. And those voices were there for days. And in my mind, I was like, nope. I told my mom, this is the thing, is that people don't speak up. When you start to feel dark, you need to speak up, because somebody out there is going to help you. There is people, there is help out there. There's help for you, there's help for your family. And if you're alone and you lock yourself in that little ball of depression, you're not gonna get anywhere. And the thing is that a lot of people that are depressed is because they're too kind. They've gone through shit. They're too kind. They don't care about themselves, but they care about other people. They care about what other people are gonna say, as long as other people are happy. If you're that type of person, you're gonna get shitted on. I am sorry, but you're gonna get shitted on. As tough as I am, I have a very, very soft heart. And before, I used to just be like, fuck you, you know, be the tough girl. But nowadays, it's like, I am so happy with my soul. And I would never, ever wish depression upon anybody. So if you're going through depression, there is help out there. There is help. Never feel alone. It doesn't matter what anybody fucking thinks, because you go write a status on Facebook where people are going to say, you know, oh my God, people don't need to know your business. But this is something serious. This is mental health. So if you write something on Facebook, you never know who's going to be watching that and could step up and try to help you. Because during my phase, I had so many people help me out and try to get me out of the dark circle, and people that I didn't even know reached out to me like, hey Mary, like what can you do, like come on, I'll go pick you up, I'll take you out, you need to distract yourself. Never feel alone. Never feel alone, because when I was going through this phase recently, this was the hardest one, and my mind was very on the suicide side, and it wasn't even me. It was not me, because I think suicide is, it's not the way out to problems. But when I saw that guy, Chester from Lincoln Park, commit suicide, I was so scared just to even look at his pictures, because this is somebody you look up to. So he was going through depression and, you know, mental problems, and you think that's the way out to it. And as you look up to somebody and they go ahead and do that, my mind was just like, maybe that's the way out. Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe that's, you know, you'll be happy, no more problems, that's it. But no, I started seeking help. I started seeking professional help, and it does help. It helps a lot, because you start, you know, letting out those emotions that you've been having in for so many years, or whatever you've gone through, or your PTSD, you know, as post-traumatic stress disorder. It's just something very horrible anybody could go through. Whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel worthless, reach out to somebody. Many don't know me. If you're watching this video, ever watch it, I will be there. Like, it doesn't matter the time. I always tell my friends, I cool friends, like, because there's like at least 4 people that would check up on me every single day since that happened. So if I don't know you and you're going through something like this, talk to me. I could maybe give you some advice of what you could do. I could help you out. Say hi. Like, if you're walking down the street, say hi to somebody. Like, you never know what that person might be going through, because I used to be that girl that would put on my gym clothes, put on my glasses. This is recently. Walked down the street just to the store to try to clear my mind. Just to clear my mind, because I felt sad, or because I just needed to walk and get some sun to start to feel better, because my eyes were just tripping. I couldn't see the light. I couldn't focus. My eyes couldn't focus. This is weird. To this point, my memory is kind of like a little wacko, and sometimes I'm like, when I would text people during that time, the next day I would have to wake up and read my messages, because I didn't know what I had said. So this was we're in what month? November? So September. So if I ever never made sense to you in September, is because I was going through hard times, and not everybody knew what exactly I was going through. But this is one of the dangers of fitness, because people tend to do whatever you can to look good. First of all, fitness is not a race. It's not a race. And that's one thing I learned. It's not a race. You have to be aware of what you put in your body. You have to be aware of the dangers that certain things could cause in your body, because I'm never going to get that life back. I'm never going to have a healthy heart because of that, because I wanted to go ahead and rush into fitness. I've never dealt with depression. Now I'm dealing with depression. It's not as bad as I could pretty much say. I'm pretty much almost cleared out through it. The anxiety is the only thing that I have left. But fitness is not a race, guys. I know a lot of people look up to me because of fitness, but it's not a race. You have to be able to trust the people that are giving you advice. Do they have experience? Do they not have experience? Have they done this for a long time? Have they not? You have to ask them questions as much as they're supposed to ask you questions about your health, your goals, what you do for a living, what you think about yourself. This fitness is about it's about getting yourself healthier and becoming a positive person. And not only that, but the main important part is having a happy soul, loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody's gonna fucking love you. People get carried away with Instagram and Snapchat and likes and all this Photoshop shit that's going on Instagram with the girls. You know, everybody wants to have that tiny waist and the big old booty and blah, 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 blah. But this is for ego. Fitness is ego. If you're not in it for the right reasons, it's ego. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody there, because that could lead you to depression, because you're not looking like them girls, you're not having all these guys on your ass, you're not getting all these likes. That doesn't make you somebody that's valuable. You could have 1,000 likes, and at the end of the day, you're by yourself in that fucking corner, unhappy. I always said I'd rather have five real friends than 10 million fake friends. And when I was going through depression, I actually had found out one of my friends was talking shit about me. She was saying how I thought I was a shit, how jealousy between the relationship with me and my son. But little did they know that during that time, me and my son were going through hard times. That kid stood next to me, wiping my tears with some napkins as I'm crying. Why? And you're saying that I think I'm the shit? Like, you don't even know what somebody might be going through behind those smiles. I smile all the time, but little do you know if I'm fucking mad, I'm upset, or I'm sad, or whatever the case is. But yeah, she was saying I was the shit, and at the time I was like, I'm not the shit, dude. Like, I don't even have a car, I'm not working, I don't got nothing going on for myself. But you know what? Now this day, I could say I'm the fucking shit. You know why? Because I am happy with myself. I've actually found myself. I've researched so much shit that I could do to heal this soul, you know. And before it was a tension where I would just wanted to fucking punch somebody, like any little thing I would snap, you know. And that was depression, and I just wanted to cry. Now I meditate. I balance my little chakras. I read upon that, you know, something that's gonna help you spiritually, and I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. I know I've gained, I don't know how many pounds, 30 pounds, but I'm okay. It's okay. I'm gonna lose them, and it's gonna take my time. It's gonna take time, but it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. And so if people are out there being negative, I am so sorry for you. Just find happiness. Love yourself. Love yourself, because you used to say I was the shit back then. I was nothing, but now I am the shit. I don't have nothing. You'll never see me with an MK purse. You're never gonna see me with something really, really fancy, because I just can't afford it. It's not my style. I rather have money to save animals than to walk around and look like a little, you know, like a cutie or whatever with the purse. It's just, I'm a very humble person, and those that know me know I have a big heart. I could be a bitch too. Everybody can. My goal in life is not to look better than anybody. My goal in life is not to be the shit, but I want to connect with people who go through the same problems that I do, and where I could help them, because I know what depression is, and I'm more knowledgeable about fitness, and I wouldn't want anybody to risk themselves. That's when I see people fucking popping pre-workout. I'm like, I always tell them, just be careful. If you're new to it, just take a little bit of it, because it might fuck up your heart. You don't want to be where I'm at. But people tend to ignore the fact that I'm saying this, but once you go through it, it's not going to be funny anymore. If you need any advice on anxiety, I had the worst anxiety to where I couldn't talk. It looked like I was having a seizure. So if you need help with anxiety, I will go ahead and help you and give you advice on that, because anxiety is a bitch. Like anything that you do. Right now I'm a little bit anxious, but I'm trying to control myself. There is remedies out there. Don't take medications for anxiety. People, do not take medication for anxiety. I am so against pills. I can't, to this point, I can't even take, like if I were to get sick off of flu or a cold, I cannot take pills, because I will relapse. I will get addicted. My body's right now is very weak to where it gets addicted to everything really fast. And another thing that I do recommend is maybe listening to reading a lot of positive books, surrounding yourself with positive people. Go out to nature, disconnect your phone, whatever the fuck you need to do. That's why I was deleting my Instagrams back and forth. Get rid of your phone for a little bit. Go out to nature. Enjoy the beauty that we have out there. That is a very peaceful place to be by yourself, to think about all the problems, how you could fix them, what you could do to fix your soul. Loving yourself is the main key. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will. You need to also listen to positive motivational videos. One of the things I was doing, I was listening to Joyce Meyer. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but that lady she's fucking badass. She talks about God, and how, you know, believing in God and all that stuff could help you in life and deal with your problems as well. But it's just one thing is you're not alone. If you're going through depression, you're not alone. If you look through my Instagram page, all you see is Smiley Mary. I'm always smiling, and that was not the case. Behind doors, I was crying. I was upset. I was missing my dog because I had to put my dog, my best friend of 12 years, I had to put her down right after I got out of rehab. Literally, like, she waited for me to come out because I knew she was sick before I went in there. I lost my best friend, and that was very depressing till this day. It gets me really upset that I no longer have her here, but I thank God for such a beautiful friend because she waited and she was there with me till the end, and I was there with her till the end. And just know that as far as this is it's finally over. So that's what happened. That's why I had to fall off of my fitness journey. Thank God it's done with. I have my little episodes here and there, my little moments, but now I'm able to focus more on what I want to do in life. I want to be happy. I want to help others. So if you ever have questions about fitness or you have questions about nutrition, I know I'm not in the best shape, but I do have the knowledge, and I'm going to work towards my goals as well. I have 2 months off left, and then because doctors have me on disability, I have 2 months left. So I'm going to try to finish my course, my personal training and my nutrition course through then. And eventually I'm going to start taking in clients to help them, become better, start loving themselves. And if you ever need, just a friend, I'm here. I'm here to talk to you. You're here. I mean, if you need to talk to somebody, it's 1 a.m, you can call me. That's completely fine. It's just, I know how it feels to be alone how it feels to feel like nobody loves you. It's a fucked up feeling, but in reality, people do love you. If you have any questions, once again, repeat myself. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact me, and I am more than happy to help you. This is the girl that you see on Instagram that has, I don't know how many followers. People think I'm conceited, I'm the shit, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. I am a normal person with problems like anybody else, and I am more than happy to open up my heart and help anybody that needs, help, any guidance, a hug, a call, a letter, whatever you need, I'm here. So once again, once I start, finish my nutrition program, my fitness program, I am more than willing to help anybody that wants help. If it's training and stuff like that, I will eventually make my rates. I thank my brother for helping me make this video, for giving me the tools that I need to make this video and to actually talk to people and actually explain what happened and where it went wrong, how to be careful in the fitness industry. Don't let your ego take over you, because you're hurting yourself more than anything. You're not healing, you're not making anybody help you, but you should care about yourself. You should not care about what social media has to say about you. You get one like, you never know, because that one like could be motivating somebody else out there. So please, people, love yourself. And yeah, once again, I want to thank my brother for helping me do this. I was very uncomfortable. Now I feel very relaxed. All of my voice is going away. I was very uncomfortable because I didn't know what people were going to think, but at the time, who gives a fuck? Maybe somebody out there right now is crying, needs a hand, needs to hear this, that they're not alone, they need help. I'm here. You need a psychiatrist, go find a psychiatrist. I could go ahead and refer you to one, but if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody, I'm here. Anyways, my mom pulled me, my mom and my son, 2 people that literally pulled me out of the dirt. They pulled me out, and they pull. It's like when you pull something out, and my brother's the one that's helping me, grow and become this beautiful flower that my purpose is to help you guys and make you guys, feel like you're not alone, and help you guys in the fitness industry if you need help with the meals. Not only that, but my goal is to open up my own animal sanctuary. So if anybody wants to ever help with that, you're more than welcome. You will become my best friend if you want to help with the animal sanctuary that I will make happen later on in the years. I want to open up a sanctuary where I go to shelters and pull the animals that are on the high risk list of getting euthanized, or even older animals. I'm a fan of really old animals. And if my video was all over the place, excuse me. Like, I'm so sorry. This is my first video. I don't know how this works. But I'm more than happy to help anybody. Let me just check. If any of my brother just texted me, the camera stops recording after 25 minutes. Boo, this is my 3rd session. I was going to say, yeah, so thank you for watching. If you did finish watching this, thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody that has been there for me through this whole journey. It's been a year of fucking hell, but I'm so happy to say it's finally over. I am very happy. I am in love with myself. I love God. I love my family. I love my friends. And I am definitely making a lot better choices in life. I'm going to try to slow down with alcohol, because alcohol is not good when you're depressed. You have anxiety, it triggers it. So you're trying to, run away. People say like, oh, I'm going through state, I need a drink. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's do it when you want to celebrate. Don't when you feel sad, because that just digs you deeper into the hole. And that's what I did last year. It dug me deeper. And I think it had a lot to do with the triggering this year as well. It digs you deeper, and it's not going to solve any problems. You're just going to feel even more sadder than you did before. It's just going to make you do stupid shit. And I've been there. And I'm telling you from experience, do something positive. Read a book, meditate, do yoga, talk to God, go out to nature, go out for a workout, go for a walk, talk to somebody you love. Any negative person that says something stupid and negative, automatically, who gives a fuck who it is, how many years you know them, cut them out of your life. That has never become so much easier, so easy to me till this year. Recently, I've known people for 10 years plus. Cut you out of my life. I don't need that type of shit in my life. And you know what? I am fucking happy. So, ending this video, guys, I want to say thank you once again for watching my video. Any of you guys ever want me to talk about any toppings, that's when you know I'm in love with pizza. Pizza is life. So if you ever wanted me to talk about certain topics, or if you have any requests as far as workouts or any advices and you want me to make a video on it, go ahead and message me, and I am more than happy. I know somebody requested body workouts and also songs that I listen to when I'm working out, which, by the way, I'm back at the gym. So this is this third chin right here. Peace out, third chin. But anyways, I'm gonna close up this video with some Zap, if you can hear it. And I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and until next time, guys.